the sea. My desire is always to be here, oh Mull of Kintyre. Far have I travelled, and much have I seen, dark distant mountains with valleys of green, past painted deserts, the sun sets on fire as he carries me home to the Mull of Kintyre. Hi guys, this is how to play Mull of Kintyre by Paul McCartney and Wings. This is a request from one of my subscribers, David Morley. There's a couple of concepts that we're going to be doing here. We've got really easy chords, so we have an open D chord, an open A chord, an open G chord, and your open E chord. And a couple of things we're going to be looking at is triplet strumming, so strumming 3 times per beat, and also root notes. So let's have a look at our root notes first of all. The first chord in the song is an A chord, and you'd normally strum from string 5 to play an A chord, so strum from string 5 for us. The root note of that A chord is on the open A string, which is string 5, and that's the first one that we're going to play. So that's the root note is the lowest note of any chord that gives the chord its name. So it's the lowest note that we want heard. If we're playing an A chord, we want the A to be the lowest sound that we hear. If not, if it's the E or any other string, kind of doesn't sound right. And we're going to pick also 3 times per beat. Okay, so this other concept. So we're going to pick the root note first of all, and then strum twice on account of kind of 1, 2, 3, I guess. So pick. Now, because this isn't waltz time, we have to count that to kind of 1 and a, or 1 triplet, I guess. But let's go for 1 and a, because it trips off the tongue a little easier. So pick and a, pick and a is for our rhythm. It's really nice and slow. Give us an example, Dave. So that's picking string 5, and then 2 normal strums, all the thinnest 5 strings, not picking string 6 on this particular chord. And we're generally going to do that for 2 repetitions per chord. So if we do that twice on the A, 3 and a, 4 and a, 1 and a, 2 and a, pause. That's going to happen generally for each chord throughout this song. Okay, so let's have a close-up on the picking hand so we can play the root notes to all these chords. Starting off with your open A chord. Whichever way you play a standard A chord is fine. We want to play string 5, first of all, for the root note, and then 2 normal strums. So let's do 2 of those in a row so that we can play the chorus of this song. 3 and a, 4 and a, pick, strum, strum, pick, strum, strum. Just for continuity, let's go for 4 of those in a row. So we've done it a little bit longer. 3 and a, 4 and a. 3 and a, 4 and a. Now let's do it on a D chord. Same again 4 times, but we have the root note is on the 4th string this time. So pick that open D string first, and then 2 strums, for example. Let's go for that twice. 4 and a. And then we briefly go to an E chord, which the root note's on string 6. Just for the 1 more time. And then we also need a G chord also, where the root note is on string 6 again. Let's go for a G chord, 4 cycles of that pattern, 4 and a. And to And to recap, your root note is the same thing as a bass note, and it wants to be the same letter name as the chord that you're playing. For example, that thickest note here is a G chord, a G note. One more time on the A root note, strum, strum. 4 and A, 1 and A, 2 and A. Pause there. Then we have a D chord. The root note of our D chord is our open D string. So we pick the open D string and strum twice. Again, we're going to cycle that twice and then go back to the A chord. This is, if we do that repetition as a whole twice, that's our chorus. So the chorus from the top would be open A and then strum, strum on your own, Dave. Twice to the D chord and twice, and then the whole thing again. And then we finish on the A chord for another twice. So let's have a go. Let me just show you how that kind of works with the lyrics also, so you can kind of sing along to this. It's perfect kind of campfire song, I guess, this. So let's take a look at how to play this chorus as a whole, with me giving you some guidance on how to sing over it. So Mull of Kintyre happens on the beat 1. So with your pick, strum, strum, let's go through it nice and slow. 3 and A, 4 and A. Mull of Kintyre, oh mist rolling in from the 1, 2, 3. Za is always to be here, oh Mull of Kintyre. And that's our chorus as a whole. If you'd like the chords written down for you, check out my website, andyguitar.co.uk, while you find this chord sheet that we're working off here. And then we'll be able to play the verses much easier, where we tend to have 3 times per chord before we change. So we're going to start off on the A chord. Just as an example, 3 and A, 4 and A. Far have I travelled, much have I changed to the D. Oh no, it is a full line. Why did I think it was 2? Okay. Okay, so for our verses, we have 4 times through an A, 2 Ds, and then back to an A to start off with. So let's go for that top line of A. 4 pick, strum, strums. 3 and A, 4 and A. Look, strum, strum, 2. 3, 4, then a D, D for 2, back to the A chord, and this is the far have I travelled part, and then we have the same thing again for the second half of our verse, only we go to an E chord just before we go back to the A. So A for 4, D for 2 cycles, 1 E, then 1 A. As I say, we'll say that in your chord sheet. Let's give you a demonstration of that. 3 and A, 4 and A. 2, 3, 4 to a D. 2, back to A. Oh, you were correct. It was a little bit fast as well, but let's just go for that one more time. 3 and A, 4 and A. A, A again, 4th, 2 Ds, 1 E, then an A. Now we want to be really strict with those root notes, so let's just double check that we're getting them right. We've got the root note on the D, 4th string, and then a full strum. We have an E as well. Root note, and then full strum. And again, the A is still on the 5th string. And then we're back to a chorus from that section of the song, but then we have a key change as well. So that's a third concept in this video. the key of a song tends to be the first chord, the last chord, and the most common chord. So if we take a look at this song, the first chord's A, the chorus finishes on an A, as does the verse, and the most common chord in the song is an A as well. So that's a nice quick clue. The real reason it's in the key of A is the other chords that are in the song. We'll cover that more in later videos. However, we're now going to look at changing key, and it changes to D. So it's essentially going to sound the same. The lyrics are going to be the same. The melody's kind of similar. But everything's moved up and now is now starting from a D chord. And this happens from when the bagpipes start and basically run through the chorus. And then the whole rest of the song is in the key of D. So we start on a D chord, root note D, and play that one twice. And if you're singing along, you'd have to change your melody to that as well. So, Mull of Kintyre. So that's why I didn't do that bit in the song, because it's a little bit too high for me at the minute. But then we go to a G chord, where we used to go A and D, we now go D and G. And we've just swapped out those two chords for each other. So let's just give you an example of that chorus now, just to show you how it should go as a demonstration. 4 and A. Mull of Kintyre, oh mist rolling in from the sea. My desire is always to be here, oh Mull of Kintyre. So as you can see and hear, the A's been replaced by a D and the D's been replaced by a G in this section of the song. Now I was singing it much lower than I was at the start of this video to accommodate for that change of key. And that continues on all the way through the rest of the song really. So let's just have one last play together while we're in this new key. The first time it happens is just the instrumental section. However, the bagpipes are just playing the same melody as the chorus would go, so you should be fine with that. So let's go through this final chorus now with the change of key, starting from the D chord, in 3 and A, 4 and A, Mull of Kintyre, D to a G, root note strum, strum, root note strum, strum, D, my desire is G, G, oh Mull of Kintyre. And then you continue that same pattern on through the chords in the verse as well. Check out the chord sheet at handyguitar.co.uk for those. Thanks for checking out this video. I think that's everything for how to play Mull of Kintyre. Really cool song. Do check out handyguitar.co.uk for a free beginner's course, all available with real songs showing you how to play guitar, and other videos other songs that you can play with these chords, easy chords that we've looked at in this video. Thanks to Dave for helping me out, and I'm sure we'll see you again.